Hey everybody, Modern Caveman 100 here. I have been tagged to show my two favorite knives by a fellow YouTuber here who goes by the name of Mob Frenzied Homicide. Mob Frenzied Homicide, I want to thank you for the tag. This is something the first time for me. Pretty exciting. For any of you who don't know Mob Frenzied Homicide, I'll leave a link below so you guys can check it out. He's got a pretty good site, and he's new to YouTube just like myself, so all the support is better. So go check out his site. He's got some good stuff on there. In regards to the question, what are my two favorite knives, is a tough question to actually answer. I've been collecting and knives and reading about knives, the different types of grind, steels, tempers, what have you, magazines galore. And I'm really a huge fan of not just knives, but the craftsmanship that goes into designing knives. And I have the utmost appreciation for those who design what I feel is the most important tool in your toolkit when you're heading out. The way that I'm going to tackle this is really by the environments that I'm in, and there are really three environments that I'm in which dictate what knives I'm going to bring with me. And within each one of those environments, the knives I show you are my favorite knives for that particular environment. First is the everyday work environment, being around town. And those two knives, or my favorite knives, are actually really knives and multi-tools, I guess you could say, or obviously. The first one being the Leatherman Charge, and the second, which is on my belt clip, on my keychain clip, is the Gerber Artifact, which is a pry bar, bottle opener. You have a X-Acto blade in there, and the X-Acto blade, when it's open, it's covering up a little Phillips head screwdriver that's in there as well. These are the two knives that I carry with me, my two favorite knives slash tools I carry with me every day. So in that environment, the everyday environment, being in the town, at work, these are the two things that I bring with me all the time. The other two environments that I would be in is your casual heading out and doing a day hike environment, where I'd be out there for 3 hours to 6 hours in a park that's nearby here. The trails are very well marked, and ironically I get better cell reception out there than I do at home. But heading out there, I prepare for the day, but I also prepare in case something were to happen, twist an ankle, what have you, fall, hit my head, blackout, anything that could happen, stuff that that could put you in a fix. So when I'm in that environment, I'm taking into account I want the biggest bang for my buck, and I want good weight, not wasteful weight when it comes to my kit. So the two knives that I bring with me, the two favorite knives that I bring in that environment, and just move some of these out of the way, is the SE6. Sorry guys. And the Azula. These are my two favorite knives in that environment. Some people may ask, why aren't you bringing the SE4 along with you? That's a really great knife, and it can do a lot of stuff. Why not bring that one? And you're right, it's a fantastic knife, but the way that I'm looking at this is that I want the biggest bang for my buck. And the Azula neck knife, incredibly lightweight, is the one that I would be using the majority of the time when I'm out there during the day, opening up packages, cutting rope, doing whatever little wood tasks that I would need to do out in the woods. This is my primary blade when I'm out there for a day hike. If I am in a situation where, or not even in a dire situation, if I'm out during the day and I want to, build my own little fire, the SE4 is great for that. But again, I want more bang for my buck. This gives me a lot more chopping ability. It gives me larger batoning ability. So for the weight, this will serve I don't want to say more purposes, but it will allow me to work materials a little easier than this will. So I kind of look at this as, you know, getting rid of the middleman. So I get rid of the SE4, and here I have, in my opinion, and what works for me, an excellent toolkit when it comes to the blade options for going out for the day. Now, if something were to happen and twist an ankle, what have you, get lost out in the woods, even if it is in a park, if I were in a situation where I needed to stay overnight, then again it goes back to what I'm going to carry. I want the biggest bang for my buck. This will allow me to do detail work. This will allow me to process, clean, do little menial chores. This will allow me to process wood at a faster rate than the SE4 would. This will allow me some chopping. This will allow me to baton larger pieces. And thanks for the finger trolling here, it will also allow me to do other smaller menial tasks as well. So this is the primary knife that I'm using on the trail on a day hike for the chores that you would normally have to do, such as processing the food that you bring with you, opening up packages, things like that. This is pretty much a backup as well as a primary wood processing tool if during the hike I decide to build a fire and cook up a cup of coffee or something like that. So in that environment, these are my two favorite knives. So again, day hike, this is what I bring. If it becomes more of a day hike against my will, that's why I have this as opposed to the SE4. So that's the second environment. The third environment is when I'm out for longer than a day, for a weekend, and if that's the, or even a week excursion, and if that's the case, these are my two favorite knives. Again, I want the biggest bang for my buck out of the tools that I have, given the environment that I'm going into. And just like I did before with the day hike, I look at these knives and I take out the middleman. The larger blade, which if you've seen some of my other videos when I talk about larger choppers, and I don't even like to really call them larger choppers, even though that they can do that and they're considered that, they do so much more than just chopping. I've always considered the large blades as being the survival knife, whether it be a large blade or even a large machete. I know that some of the YouTubers out there live in environments where a machete is the ultimate survival knife. They never leave home without it. In the area that I'm in North Carolina, a knife such as this, whether it be a BK9, a Hunglis, RTAC 2, or a litany of others, either a quarter of an inch to about a quarter of an inch spine, is, in my view, the definite survival knife that you'd want to bring out if you're going out for more than a day or going out for a weekend or a week. Reason being is because, again, this particular knife in more than a day excursion is my primary wood processing tool, whereas in the day hike this would be my primary wood processing tool. This will be my all-around camp chore tool if I'm out for longer than a day, where again, if I'm out just for a day, this is my primary go-to chores tool that I use for chores. Again, more bang for the buck. This is great for chopping. You can do whittling work. You can do some incising work. Granted that you're not afraid of using the blade, of course with the use of a lanyard. And again, thanks for the finger choil on this blade, which I'm a huge proponent of having finger choils on large blades like this, because it allows you to get it allows you a lot more maneuverability and control if you have to go through and do any small tasks with such a large knife. And for smaller jobs or small to medium jobs, I prefer to have the SE4 with me. It allows me to do some light batoning, but primarily allows me to do more detail work, whittling, processing, what have you. So in the third environment, which is going out for longer than a day, these are my two favorite tools to bring with me. Again, more bang for the buck. Now, the real question is, what are my two favorite knives? If I were ever given a choice where you can only pick two knives that you need to go out and use, what would they be? And boom, it's these two. If I need to go out and I needed to really depend on the tools that I have with me, it would again be the ones that I would bring with me if I were to go out longer than a day. Again, as said before, the larger knife allows me to baton larger pieces, allows me to chop. It has a good weight to it so that I'm not exerting too much effort when I'm doing my chopping. It also permits me to do some whittling work and even hammering work. You get a 1/4 inch thick steel spine back there, crushing nuts or what have you, and you have a kind of like an anvil pommel here down on the bottom. And then I have the SE4, which is fairly lightweight. In itself, it's a beast for its size. It's allowed to do a lot of things that you need to do out in the woods. So those are definitely my two favorite blades. Not just because of the utility, but also because I just love these knives. I love the Armageddon, which was designed by Trace Rinaldi, but you can buy them either at his site or you can purchase them at Tops Knives. And SE knives, I just can't say enough about them. They fit so well in the hand. Like the SE4 is a fairly light knife. You don't really feel it on you, and it's so easy to manipulate in your hands to get detail work done. So again, I want to thank Mob Frenzied Homicide for tagging me. And what I'm going to do is, because I didn't really plan for it, and I should have, I'm going to leave a link down below of the 3 people that I'm going to tag. I hope that the ones I tag haven't been tagged already. If you have been, I apologize. But please remember, the 3 I'm going to tag are going to be down below. So again, thanks everybody, and Modern Caveman out.